The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Leadership Podcast. It is another edition of The Big Issue. And of course, as usual, I am your regular host. And with me here in the studio are our in-house analyst, Paul Agbo.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And Tunde Oguntola.
Thank you for having me.
Today, we'll be taking you on the big issue, which is the arrest of Abba Kyari, others, and the fight against drug abuse in Nigeria. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali Baba, is said to have ordered the closure of all satellite units of the Intelligence Response Team and Special Tactical Squad units across the country. The closure is coming barely days after the arrest of the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police and head of Intelligence Response Team of the Nigerian Police Force, Abba Kyari, and 4 other senior police officers by authority of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency over alleged drug deals. Kyari, a former commander of Intelligence Response Team, and others were involved or allegedly involved in a 25 kg cocaine deal. Of course, while the police have arrested and handed Kyari and 4 members of his team over to the anti-narcotics agency, there is growing concern over the bid by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to rid the country of hard drugs. The worry is that, can they make it? And even as we pretend to be shocked about the present case involving Kyari and his men, innocent Nigerians are daily subjected to all sorts of dehumanization from people who should protect them. Today, we have been following the alleged drug deal case involving Abba Kyari, the Super Cop. That is how it's called, the Super Cop. And 4 of his men. These people became stinkily rich. And of course, you imagine police officer driving Porsche cars and the rest. You begin to wonder what happened. When the bubble burst, Kyari was linked to an international fraudster or alleged fraudster, Hush Puppy. And when he was suspended, while on suspension, instead of him to show remorse, Abba Kyari was under suspension, still engaging on illicit deals. And this time around, drug deal. While in the country, there had been this struggle to get Nigeria out of the use of hard drugs. So can the drug war ever be won by Nigeria when top-ranking security officers like Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari and his accomplices are ringleaders of drug cartels in the country? I'm talking of these same people that are supposed to help the fight against. How are you?
Well, thank you very much, Josh, for that question. This boils down to show a total collapse of our social values. It shows a collapse of norms, morals that was once like embraced in the country. At the moment, what most people chase is a lust for money, greed, the need to amass wealth, even at the risk of others. They don't really care where the money is coming from. The greed to keep making money. Abba Kyari, as a police officer, the celebrated Super Cop. One of the things that annoys me most is watching a video where the whole National Assembly gave him a standing ovation. That simply implies that the whole nation gave him a stand because everybody has a representative in the House
of the National Assembly.
Yes. And they stood up to give him a standing ovation for doing well. From all indication, I can say that Abba Kyari, as a man, has a relationship with almost all top criminals in this country. And Because if they declared anybody wanted, just see when they declared Evans wanted, just within a few minutes, Abba Kyari has nabbed him. Declare Wadume wanted, the next minute, Abba Kyari.
As if you already knew where they were hiding.
So I just believe, sorry to say, I wouldn't like to call him. If there is any top guys in this nation that they need within the next 24 hours, I think what Abba Kyari, I think he has that personal relationship with them. You understand? Even someone like Hush Puppy, nobody believes he has that personal relationship with him to the extent that, okay, Hush Puppy can use him against some of his friends. You understand?
It's associates.
Yes. So
punish his associates.
punish. So it's easy. Nobody can believe all of this. You understand? So Abba Kyari as a person, man, he really is a slap on the face of the command he led, that's the IIT intelligence unit of the police. We expect much from him. He has won several medals and awards. I even saw a photo of him with some maybe a coalition, I don't really know, or maybe a group that was campaigning against drug abuse. They gave him a plaque and he displayed it, say no to drugs. And this is the same person paying to collect already seized items from NDLEA officials, trying to bribe them. You know, all these things contradicts the person we know Abba Kyari to be. Abba Kyari is someone from Borno State. You know, there is now, if you go online on Twitter, there is this ethnic debate, and I saw a religious debate on Abba Kyari. While there's is it because he's a Muslim and because of his role trying to subdue the powers of the IPOB, that's why they are trailing him. I do it to me for now. I when I read the quotes that Abba Kyari said this, for me, that quote is not from Abba Kyari because Abba Kyari has not made to speak with the press, although he's trending with several online. So I don't know, maybe it's a quote from his legal team or maybe his lawyer too. I cannot say, or trying to create a defense using religion. I don't really know. But for all I care, that quote that because of his role, that's why they are trying to trade him because he don't support it. But I think we don't need all this. He has committed an offense and he should make
to face the law. Thank you very much. Today, you see, the idea here is that we are in trouble in this country because if a cop is being suspended and is being investigated, and of course they talk about his extradition to the United States, for him to face trial over involvement in alleged illicit deals, fraud, and aiding of fraudsters, at the end of the day, while on suspension, would have expected that he would have been showing remorse, and then he still engages himself into more grievous crimes. And of course, the funniest thing is that Abba Kyari used the same WhatsApp that was used to trace him to Hush Puppy, was the same WhatsApp he used in communicating the NDLEA official that wrote him. That is stupidity. It shows the extent to which our so-called super cops have no iota of intelligence. I don't know how they apply intelligence in doing their job. If they can be a dummy as this.
You see, the problem,
what? Yeah, you want to say something?
The problem with most Nigerian police officers is they don't know how to say no.
That thing is just completely ingrained in them, that everything about bribery,
they just
dirty should it
bribe,
as far as money is
bribe, stop innocent commercial drivers, leave them of their money, turn case against even innocent, you understand? Even those at the pension units, eat money from dead people. They don't really care. You understand? So all they want is this wealth. They want money at all costs. You know, if you look at his assets, I was going through his assets and I discovered that he has several assets in Borno State. That's Abba Kyari. You understand? The NDLEA boss, Buba Marwa, is from Adamawa, while his boss, that's IGP Usman, is from Yobe. Abba Kyari himself
from Borno. These are all
Northeast. They are from same region. So I must celebrate all of them for doing this wonderful job and exposing him, not minding that is that. But Nigeria, I know ordinarily will not defend, will try to defend what is their own.
Their own.
You understand? So I must give kudos to the person of Buba Marwa for exposing this and ensuring that
Buba Marwa,
integrity is
Tunde,
maintained.
Buba Marwa is somebody that has a record of always working wherever he finds himself. Go to Lagos, they will tell you what Buba Marwa was doing when he was military governor of Lagos State. But that is not the issue first. We will come to Buba Marwa. Of course, we commend him because since he came on board, NDLEA has been up their game. An agency of government that was a mere shadow of itself, all of a sudden becomes very active, bubbling with action. We see what is happening. But for Abba Kyari, what does that tell us about the state of the Nigeria police? The situation where leading police officers are tampering with exhibits, in this case drugs, whose value on the street are tens of millions of naira. Can we say that the police is rotting from top to bottom, or is this an isolated case?
You cannot completely carpet the police because of
one man.
Or
some few
officers.
bad eggs.
Of course, the police have been doing wonderfully well. You cannot throw away the baby and the bad
water together.
Yes. Abba Kyari is a disappointment in the sense that a law enforcement officer is now a drug kingpin to the level that he is a member of a cartel, the Brazilian, Nigeria, Ethiopia cartel group. That's a very strong cartel. It's a very strong cartel. And one problem with drug is that once you taste the sweetness of the dollar involved in it, you will never know it until you are caught. You remember El Chapo, the notorious El Chapo of Mexico.
Mexico, of course.
Yes.
And we have the likes of Pablo Escobar.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have lots of them. And they have agents all around the world. See, drug business will never end. It will end. For as long as the consumers are people with watches, fat pockets. George, who are the consumers?
Fat pockets? They can go get money from anywhere to buy it.
Who are the consumers of cocaine?
The elite, children of the elite.
Who are the consumers of cannabis and what we call weed, the Igbo and the rest? The lower people of the lower.
Okay.
Cocaine is not an easy thing, and there are levels of cocaine again. Find one, they have
there's one they call cracks.
So it's unfortunate that people like Abba Kyari couldn't resist that temptation from day one. If he had resisted it, and one other thing again that has implicated Abba Kyari is this: he likes showbiz. He's a showbiz man.
Of course.
A police officer should not be living the kind of lifestyle Abba Kyari lives.
Online, you see video of him in the club dancing.
Yes, dancing.
You want to bump up. Chilling with the big boys.
Chilling with the big boys. Mixing up.
Was in Meduguri. Somebody who is on suspension is seen in Meduguri attending a big function of the IGP's. And that's to tell that, look, this guy so much believe that, look, his godfathers within the intelligence community, within the police force, will always have his back. He was so confident to the level that he became foolish, using same WhatsApp number to
something that is being
daily. Yes. And he has this confidence that, look, I will not be extradited to the US. No matter what. The local politics will always protect him. But he forgot that, look, he didn't cover his own track well. And he forgot that some people are also trailing him. Not everybody within the intelligence community is happy with the way and manner Abba Kyari goes about his duties. So people knew that, look, this guy has been doing X, Y, Z. And they were busy looking for ways to bring him down. And that's what they succeeded in doing.
After all.
This 25 kg cocaine is not the first deal.
No.
Involving
that was what was used.
That was
as an exhibit.
Yes.
That was
the
last straw that would have broken the camera.
Our security officers have failed to resist. All over the world, security officers are exposed to things like this. But the insatiable nature of some men and officers of the Nigerian police, like Abba Kyari, force him into drug deal is very, very embarrassing.
Thank you,
and
Paul.
I sympathize with the entire Nigerian police force.
Thank you very much, Paul. Well, before we continue, let's just quickly take a short break so that as we come back, we expect our viewers to contribute constructively to the conversation on the big issue, the way their comments have always done. Don't go offline. We'll be back in a moment.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter.
Welcome back. We're still on the big issue in Leadership Podcast. And of course, the big issue of today is the arrest of Super Cop, Abba Kyari, and the fight against drug abuse in Nigeria. Well, Paul, still on what we were saying. You see, it is even now I'm beginning to suspect that people like Evans, you remember the last time Evans appeared in court? Evans said he was under duress. He was tortured by Abba Kyari and his men for him to agree that yes, he did most of those kidnapping things and here they accused him. And so he now begins to bring those kind of cases, those kind of things to the front. We begin to wonder whether some of these things are true. You see, so but the police, can we link the rot in the police to the recruitment process of the police that produces tragic character? It's like Abba Kyari, whom the media erroneously dubbed Super Cop before his true color was exposed.
People are quick to fault the recruitment process of the police force. Abba Kyari did not join the police force as a recruit or as a private. He joined the police force as a senior officer. So are you going to say that the process that brought him into the force is faulty or is fraudulent? I think it has to do with the internal discipline within the Nigerian police force. Why is it that it's because the police happens to be the closest to the society than the military. The internal discipline mechanism of the Nigerian police force is weak. And corruption is not seen as a bad thing within the police force. If it's seen as a bad thing, why would policemen purposely will go and stand on the highway just for the collection of money from commercial drivers? A good example is the Zuba-Giri Expressway here in the Federal Capital Territory. Between Zuba and Giri, you have over 5 checkpoints within a distance of about 5 to 6 kilometers.
And
what are they doing? They are just after commercial vehicles.
Like in Nyanya, that checkpoint. There is no Okada or Keke that will pass there without dropping.
There's a place.
So there's a special vehicle for road for vehicles.
Yes.
They want for Keke and Okada.
There's
you know what I'm saying?
There's a place in Sudan. The police will mount checkpoint. They keep on changing location just for Okada. There's a DPO there, a senior police officer who is in charge of that division. He cannot tell me that he is not aware The police division, the DPO in charge of Zuba, cannot say he's not aware of his men mounting 5 checkpoints within 6 kilometers. Whereas there are several other open spaces that we will not find the police here. The main purpose is just to raise money. That is how corruption is embedded and accepted as a norm within the Nigerian police force. The IGP cannot tell us that his men is not aware that his men are mounting checkpoints for the sole purpose of collection or extorting commuters, drivers. That is corruption. The Abba Kyari has gone beyond this level. 25 kg, what about 160 million in one single deal?
It's a super cup. So the other junior, the other ranks and the rest
in
can
super,
take care of the other collection of extortion of.
A super corrupt deal. There's no discipline. There's so much levity within the Nigerian police force. The IG is not punishing the next person in line. That person is also not punishing. That's down to the recruit, to the lowest rank man in the Nigerian police force. It has built up to become a monster.
Yes, but what you've just said, let's look at what can you say about the fact that a police officer on suspension and under investigation was still aware of the operations of the police to the point of coordinating the way the exhibit should be handled. Can we say this incident has further widened the trust deficit between the public and the police, which could hamper the passage of very vital information?
I keep saying
because Abba Kyari suspension wouldn't.
The police itself must purge itself, of course, of corruption. You understand? Even while Abba Kyari was on suspension, I believe he has boys who feed him with He has loyal boys. They are very loyal to him. I know of some which they have not been happy since his suspension. They keep complaining that, I wish Abba Kyari is still.
That reminds me
what they get.
That reminds me, Tunde. You see, while Abba Kyari was arrested and and his men, they were being handed over to NDLEA. What we saw was, as the police were doing that, they were asking the NDLEA that, as we are doing this, prepare to bring your own men that are also involved in illicit drugs. That shows that they were not even happy doing it, because for you to say, okay, we are doing this, but you bring your own men.
Evidence were overwhelming. So it's not for the Buba Marwa-led team to do their own internal checking, because it appears the NDLEA. Abba Kyari is not alone.
But the question I'm asking, what did the police authority mean when they were now asking the NDLEA, now as we do the same to us?
Well, Nigerians should be happy over this incident, because while they are arresting the police, NDLEA the police should also go after the NDLEA, because this is a cartel. When it comes to drug deal, it's a cartel. Why Nigerian news seems to be still on a keg of gunpowder on the issue of drug abuse. I think efforts must be made to stem this, because the youths that we're talking about, most Nigerian youth, over 70% of Nigerians are youth, and these are the youths that Abba Kyari is going to collect this 25 kg.
Yes.
And as well as others, they keep consuming these drugs.
The rate of consumption, hard drugs in this country.
While Buba Marwa keeps fighting, campaigning against drug abuse, someone is going to collect it to serve the youth same drug. You understand? So this drug abuse, just few months ago, there was a woman that was nabbed here in Buse, Banet area, that is selling
was using them in Zubo and Indomie and the rest.
All sorts of drugs. You understand? So this is something like, I know so many citizens will be aware of this woman. Not they might even be some people patronizing her daily for her to have the guts to be selling such things. They open. You understand? Look at cookies. All these things are being sold daily.
But,
they are being produced.
But Paul, before you go, there's something I want to ask you. As much as we are looking at the police and we are talking about the roads in the force, let's look at ourselves, the Nigerian media. Don't you think the media too is vicariously culpable in the Abba Kyari saga? You know why I'm saying this? This is because this is a man whose Instagram page are filled with photographs of his fancy cars and living life of celebrities, and the
Nobody has,
media
done
turn blind eyes.
Yes, nobody has.
Instead of questioning how the police officer whose salary is public knowledge
Yes.
could afford this, the media was just watching.
Yes, I think that one too, you cannot really exonerate the media. Investigative reporting in Nigeria is going down because one, they fear this loyalty thing. There are a lot of issues that the media have to really police this regional sentiment, religion, business interests, and so forth. You see, the media itself, because of her own hidden interests, tend to shy away from certain strategic and very important reportage. Like what you rightly mentioned, we've been seeing Abba Kyari's lifestyle on social media, but nobody has ever asked how much is the cost of XYZ car. Can the police, can a police officer of his rank afford it? Do a calculation.
What about his office?
Do a calculation, careful calculation, including even double the bonuses and allowances that he is entitled to as the head of.
Cannot
He
even
cannot. Look at
build
the
half
houses.
of even
Look
one
at
of
the
those
house.
structures.
We just saw a picture.
Those mansions,
We saw a
he
picture. We saw a picture.
he has in
Look at the
Bauchi.
house.
Yeah.
The deputy commissioner of police, can a deputy commissioner of police afford that kind of?
Is it deputy
apartment?
commissioner or assistant commissioner?
He's deputy DCP.
Okay.
You see, we have not done all this research, and until this NDLEA decide to help us
To help in exposing them the more.
And George, let me just digress a bit. You can see the reason why the government, Nigeria, is still battling insecurity, terrorism, 13 years plus. It's because of people like this.
Of course.
There are moles
within that way that are baiting some of these terrorists and criminals.
People are making money.
Of course.
Feeding bandits, terrorists with all manner of information against their colleagues.
Their own colleague.
And that is why we keep on going in cycle, because there are too many bad eggs. And when have you heard that the president has fired a commissioner of police directly from Abuja? When have you heard that?
Even the Abba Kyari is not fired, he's just suspended.
Before
when you have DPOs who are merchants.
I think before we'll come back to that. But I think our viewers are beginning to send in the comments there. And of course, for the very first one, we have Angel Fortune. Angel Fortune is saying there are lots of Kyaris in our police force. I must commend the NDLEA for their zeal and mindset so far. They could have been swept under the carpet too. Justice should take its course. For once, let the current administration show to the world we too can fight the corruption holistically. And I think he's talking about the NDLEA. And of course, we have Edwin Cornelius, Eli Iwonu here. Edwin Cornelius, Eli Iwonu is saying any further discussion on his arrest is a mere jamboree. Nemesis has caught up with him in a local palace. Many days for the thief, one day for the owner. To show you how passionate Nigerians are about this thing. And of course, we have Tariq, Nana, and Pofo here. Tariq, Nana, and Pofo is saying, Abba Kyari took everything from me along with his men when I arrived from Kuwait, claiming I am a Yahoo guy. You see, that is one of the victims. That is one of the victims, and it's like he's a Ghanaian.
You added that good for him.
And you see, he's saying good for him. To show you.
It could be that that is for Nigeria.
You see, he said, Tariq, Nana, and Pofo is still saying that Abba Kyari and Ramon Abbas are close friends. Even he had slept in Ramon Abbas' suit in Dubai before, like over 3 occasions. I have truth and proof. Can you imagine?
Wow. And he does that with so much impunity. Go to social media, post his pictures.
You can see the public, the mood outside there. It's for them is celebration galore. Because even the victim, like Ramon now, is a very clear indication that he had been a victim.
Like one of the comments that got him, they said Abba Kyari is super cop, the money, tailor in the afternoon and the pharmacist in the evening. However, I know pharmacists, when it comes to pharmacists, they don't sell illicit drugs.
Of course.
I just think they're just making mockery of the
Of course, the whole system.
Just making mockery.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for IGP Baba to purge the police. It's within his powers to prove to Nigerians that look, the police is actually a clean force. Can be a clean force, because as of today now, we can confidently say the police is not a clean force. But you can prove what's wrong by purging the bad eggs of the police. Because there are many junior officers in the police who want to be like that, who want to be as rich as Abba Kyari. Because as far as Abba Kyari is, if you look at Abba Kyari, he's even richer than many DIGs.
Of course. Even the IG himself. Even the IG himself. Because from all this kind of involvement in...
If he has been doing this cocaine successfully within the last 2 years, he must be a billionaire.
A big one.
Because only from 25 kg you can raise nearly 170
million. It is even because of this that at the end of the day, his extradition has been delayed up till now because he has a way of always sorting out things. Well, that is it. And of course, just like you are actually saying, the IGP should prove us wrong that it's not all the police that are corrupt. Because now that Abba Kyari drug cartel had been exposed, that it has been exposed, it's thanks to the rejuvenated NDLEA under General Abba Kyari. But Paul, what did Marwa brought to the organization that made it possible for it to be rolling drugs out of the business?
NDLEA was almost like a comatose public organization, I must say. But within a short period, you believe that will tell you the quantum of drugs Nigerians are involved with. I think about 12 million kg or so recently of total drugs seized. And I can tell you that, look, I left my house at about 5:30 this morning. I was shocked. I met NDLEA officials on the road.
I say,
I met them. They are so active.
You know, remember, like, crazy.
They are so active.
You see them everywhere.
They stopped the car in front of me, and immediately they asked the car to pull over. And I saw another set searching a young man. They forced him from Keke, and they were searching him. 5:30 in the morning. All over you see them, and I must give it to Buba Marwa for rejuvenating the NDLEA. Yes. You can imagine NDLEA of 5 years ago and NDLEA of now. Imagine the quantity of drugs that have passed through Nigeria 5 years ago and now. Consider the number of seizures by the current administration in the NDLEA. We must give it to them. Honestly, we must give it to them.
Yes. Finally, before we go, what do you think Buba Marwa brought into NDLEA that is now running these drug barrels out of their business?
Well, Buba Marwa has been a man of their goodwill. That's that good reputation. Someone that can give others and everybody full understand. I would like IGP Usman to emulate him so I can give others and
the reasons to praise the police.
Yes, so that the police can purge itself. Yes, all corrupt,
including all these DPOs that will send their boys to go to mount. Like federal revenue, they are now doing the work of internal revenue agencies, officers collecting tax collectors. Instead of going after criminals or man checkpoint just for tax generating revenue, who send those officers there? It is the DPOs,
of course.
So the IGP must do everything to purge them. When an officer is used to collecting money up and down, what do you think? Next thing is this drug, you also want to partake. So there's some discipline within the force.
Well. That is the much
on the IGP to do that.
That is the much we can take for today's edition of the big issue. And of course, I will thank you, our viewers, for keeping tab with us out there. And of course, our in-house analysts for addressing the big issue the way it is. Join us same time tomorrow for another edition of this program. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.